Hey everybody, and welcome to another episode of Overrated, Underrated with me, Garyvee.
Overrated or underrated, what does Gary think?
D-Rock, let's just get right into the show. I am ready.
Gamestop Stock.
Gamestop's stock is properly rated because there's the earnings of it and like the reality of the business, and there's obviously the community, the Wall Street, the Reddit, the Discords, the thing of that nature. The market is the market, thus it's properly rated.
Meg the Stallion.
Meg the Stallion. I'm gonna go with properly rated as well. I always love artists in this moment. They've had that heat, and right now that's it. You can only have so much heat. Britney Spears in sync, the baby, Meg the Stallion. You can only have so much heat. And then you go into this place, which I call is the properly rated spot. What happens next is what leads to overrated or underrated. That follow-up, that consistency, that next. We'll see, properly rated.
Godzilla versus King Kong the movie.
Godzilla versus King Kong the movie is overrated. I did that because I'm not sure, but some of you sci-fi, like nerd life, just lost your shit, and I want to see your comments.
Super Smash Bros.
Super Smash Bros. Is underrated. That game is fucking amazing. Me, AJ, Brandon Warnicki, Randy Morton, Brandon's brother, had some real epic battles through the years. I like that game a lot.
Weighted blankets.
Weighted blankets? I've done it a little bit. Properly rated. I'm in a properly rated mood. Usually I'm very tight on that. I think they're properly rated. I don't have a whole lot of opinions on weighted blankets.
Dogecoin.
Doge? Underrated. I own none. There's so much good shit going on. NFTs, Doge, Bitcoin, sports cards. There's so much. You can't do everything. I love just communities and technology and changes. I remember Doge from 6 fucking years ago, 5 years ago. I might even have some Doge in a wallet that I've lost. I'm one of those individuals in crypto that I was dabbling that log in. I don't even know the existence of some of I'm thrilled I found my Bitcoin. I was playing it loose. It was fucking like crazy back then. Now it's like not crazy and it's fun to watch. So the Doge Mafia gets a little love today, underrated.
Ice hockey.
The Nintendo game that nobody in the world can beat me in, or the macro game of hockey?
Not bubble hockey. Ice hockey.
Ice hockey's a Nintendo game that nobody on earth can beat me in. For Nintendo Entertainment System.
I think it's like regular ice.
You mean ice, like hockey, underrated. One of the best sports to watch, play, is, I don't even consider it a big four sport anymore. I think UFC / overall MMA and soccer / football in the US have trumped and I literally look at ice hockey behind UFC MMA, soccer, football, we're talking US now, and esports. I look at ice hockey as literally the 7th sport, where it used to be the 4th. Oof. I think they've done a really poor job in marketing and branding. Because the game, going to a hockey game is fucking epic. It's one of the best, if not the best, actual sports experiences.
Wendy's Twitter account.
Wendy's Twitter account is underrated. It's extremely well done. It's one of the few brands the last 4 years that has done thoughtful, witty, impactful. The fact that you're asking me about Wendy's Twitter account is the meta of why it's underrated.
AntMan.
AntMan? Like the comic book action hero, Paul Rudd? Yeah. Overrated. Like, the fact that people even know AntMan because of the movie, like, AntMan's fucking garbage. Salesforce, the company, underrated. Extremely well executed company in the last 20 years. Really progressive, thoughtful. Mark Benioff, CEO. Very quick to move in M&A, using its advantage of finances to gobble up market share for full integration. Salesforce, underrated.
Ariana
Grande, underrated. Incredibly iconic voice, true pop star. Get underrated because I think people make judgment on personal life or longevity or just of the moment. She's sustained. Back to Meg Thee Stallion, I'm looking forward to sitting here in 5 years saying that Meg Thee Stallion is underrated because she's been able to do what Ariana Grande has done for the last 5 years. Ariana Grande is underrated.
Lonzo Ball.
Lonzo Ball is very early right now. Oh, Lonzo, not LaMelo. I'm sorry, Lonzo Ball. As a player, underrated. And I think LaMelo's heat has him a little bit refocused because I like the way he's playing. I love that competitive chip. I think these guys are young. I think Lonzo as a player, underrated. That was not a sports card reference because most modern stuff is overrated.
Kawhi Leonard.
Kawhi Leonard, in my opinion, is properly rated. I don't think he's underrated. I don't think he's overrated. I'm gonna go with properly rated. Last year's playoff run wasn't great. Toronto's team the year after and played so well that I think Kawhi's properly rated. And if like gun to my head, it's like 0.0001, slightly overrated. 0.00, so he's properly rated, but just to give you my vibes on where his game is at this point in his career.
Work-life balance.
Work-life balance is underrated. Who gets to decide and show the split screen now, team? Like, move me over, like.
What is work-life balance?
It's a politically correct conversation in today's environment that uses outside forces to try to impose their will on humans so that they dwell on something that actually doesn't mean anything. People are way too judgmental and overanalyzing work-life balance in today's modern PR society. And so if you feel good about it, then you'll win. Like, I have no interest in making you happy about my work-life balance. You worry about your work-life balance. A couple posts ago, who gets to decide your work-life balance is overrated? You know, like, fuck you. You don't get to decide my work-life balance, and I don't get to decide yours. Like, what are you, the god of work-life balance? Work-life balance is underrated because balance is underrated. Finding balance and being happy, content, underrated. People's judgment of each other on work-life balance, grossly, and I mean fucking grossly overrated. NASA? For me, overrated. For many people in the comments, underrated. What an impact on our society it's had. For me, the angle I'm taking is I've always genuinely not been interested in science. Didn't give a fuck about shit, about going to space or nothing. So for me, overrated, its impact. I mean, I had a test done on me recently for my health because I'm getting really trying to live forever shit. And like, they're like, this was originally figured out by NASA 20 years ago. Now we figured out how to use this for heart health. I'm like, fucking NASA. It's like, I have crazy respect, but for me, overrated because I just don't like going to the moon and science in general, even though it is important.
So, putting people on Mars?
That's the question? Underrated because it's cool. Like, I don't think I'm gonna get to see it. Or actually, let me take that back. I actually do think I'll get to see it. I won't be doing it. Does it still take 5 years to get there? Yeah, it's fucking crazy. I'd probably do it, by the way. If I was much younger, like, it's cool. Underrated.
One Direction.
One Direction is properly rated because they're now at the life cycle, back to the whole Meg and Ariana Grande. One Direction's now just at that place that they've been out of it for so long that the recall is like 24 to 60 months away. The comeback, the let's get together and do it shit, which is gonna get everybody who's, what is One Direction's here? Every 27-year-old right now who's gonna be 36 at the time, or 31, or every 30-year-old who's gonna be 36 at the time, or 34 is gonna be like, yeah. So right now, properly rated, soon to be underrated, then to be back on the scene.
Tony Hawk.
Underrated. Tony Hawk sits in a place similar to Babe Ruth, sits in a place similar to Joe Louis, sits in a place similar to Jim Thorpe. And I know something like I know Joe Louis and Jim Thorpe's not gonna land for a lot of you, but like, is the guy pioneer, like Run DMC, like Thomas Edison, like Benjamin Franklin, like he's the guy. Like the face of the birth of a pop culture platform known as skateboarding. OG, like the guy.
Baby showers.
Baby showers are underrated. Baby showers are underrated because it is a marketing manipulation of society to make people think they need to do it just to sell more stuff. That is brilliant. Literally was invented. Like, there was no baby showers 100 years ago. It was invented by marketers, companies, a human, the culture, that has now become a commerce event and a part of like the way you think it is. People just think it is. Kind of like diamond rings for engagement. People just think it is. Well, guess what? No. A company decided that. Pretty amazing shit. Baby showers, grossly underrated for the brilliance and execution of something that now is accepted.
California.
California? I think California's properly rated. Why, or? You're going next one? California is a really fun enigma. I think of so many things. Wine country, the LA scene. They do great in work-life balance, yoga, lifestyle, weather, like just agriculture, socially, so progressive, like so many interesting things. And so many counters to that same thing. Like, I make fun of a lot of my LA friends out of deep love. Properly rated.
Pineapple on pizza is a topic.
Uncomfortably overrated. Pineapple, Hawaiian pizza or whatever, pineapple on pizza is fucking bullshit. Fuck that. The whole sweet, like strawberries and salad, pineapple on pizza, I don't fuck with that sweet. I like them individually. I fuck with pizza. I know I said it was a delivery pizza, like people got crazy about the pizza last episode. I fuck with pizza though. And pineapples, I fuck with pineapples. Together, not as much. Grossly overrated.
Naruto.
What is that?
Naruto?
I don't know Naruto. No, but tell me what it is.
Just like the anime, very popular. Bird scooter.
Bird scooters? Yeah. Underrated for the innovation, grossly overvalued at one point of its cycle. Haven't stayed close to it long enough. I'm gonna go with properly rated. I think they got caught up in that world where companies just got valued at $1 billion fast. But they might have executed since. I just am so undereducated on where that sits these days. Underrated on the idea, because that was a real good hack to the Uber Lyft ecosystem. At one time I was paying attention, just felt like super overvalued and money off the table, which de-incentivizes from a VC vulnerability founder thing. But, so I'm just gonna go properly rated because I don't have enough data to make a great call left or right. That is the show.
We have a question of the day.
We have a question of the day.
For you to answer.
You have a question for me?
Yes.
Okay.
What is the dumbest way that you've injured yourself?
What is the dumbest way that I've injured myself?
Like, and we're thinking about like story time, like adding that little element to the episode.
What is the dumbest way I've injured myself? So I've never broken a bone in my body. I've only, oh, I got a great one. I have a chipped tooth because I was making pretend in 1986 that I was George the Animal Steel, who was a wrestler who used to bite the turnbuckle, and I put my mouth in the hood slot of a car and was making pretend, and then some jerked and my tooth chipped. I chipped the same tooth a second time because 6 months, my mom was beside herself. 6 months later, I swung a baseball bat and was like, we were playing one-on-one, and I kind of like turned at the same time, and the bat to go get the ball because I missed, and the bat hit me in the mouth, and I re-chipped it differently. That was done. We will see you next time on Overrated, Underrated. I like the story time at the end, just a little more. Story time might just be a good show, period. You know, because I want to, team, actually let's add this. By the way, admin team, like Team Gary, don't edit anything. I know you tighten it up. I want this one to go straight. The thing I didn't know, all of it, straight. The Overrated, Underrated is to inspire you to find ways to produce content. The reason I'm just making one last point, you can put this in black and white, PS at the end or something. Story time is just a good way to help you. Like they wanted to add this as a format at the end. I'm not sure it's not just a new pillar of content. where you just ask 3 questions like story time and story time. Fucking story time. People are like, what do I do for content? Story time. I wasn't thinking about chipping my tooth. I've never told you that. No daily B, no weekly B, nothing. There it is. Fucking story time. We'll see you next time on Overrated, Underrated. YouTube watcher, what's up? It's Garyvee. First of all, thank you so much. I hope you're doing super well during these times. I also want to ask you, please subscribe because my commitment and exploration of YouTube is about to explode. Stories, polls, more content, more engagement, more surprise and delight. This is the time to subscribe. I hope you consider it, and I hope I see you soon.